NFL Week 1 picks. The Chiefs are going to win. They're going to be 9-5 against the Ravens on September the 5th, which you can write out as 9-5. And Lamar Jackson, the MVP, is going to fall to 1-5 against Patrick Mahomes, number 15, who has 15 playoff wins. The Packers to defeat the Eagles. What I like about the Packers, well, I think that if the Chiefs and the Packers win on opening week, it's going to really start a Super Bowl psyop. That's just how I look at it. But Packers, if they beat the Eagles and they beat the Colts, they could be going for 3-0 after a win over the Colts. And really, the NFC North is going to be a very interesting division. The Packers could be 3-0 facing off against the Vikings, and the Rams could be next after that. The Rams is Gamacho 30. So overall, I do like the Green Bay Packers. Now when we go over to Jalen Hurts, I can see his 18th loss as a quarterback against Jordan Love. And plus the Eagles, they were something like 2-5 to end last season. I think if they continue at 2-6, it's Jordan that's Camacho 26. So I wonder how that division's going to be this year. Nick Sirianni also is 18th loss as a coach. The Packers have the momentum from last year, so you have to go Packers over the Eagles. That Lions-Packers game is going to get very interesting. It could be his 57th regular season win, Matt LaFleur. I think the year that Vince Lombardi lost, I think it may have been the 1957 NFL championship game. But it's funny how the Eagles, they won their first title in 57 years with Nick Foles. And then Matt LaFleur could win his 57th game against the Eagles. So I do like that a lot. The Bengals are going to win. That's a lock. Now, I like Falcons to win. They'll be a much better team. I just have to go with Russell Wilson to get his first win as Steelers quarterback the next week against the Broncos. The Bills are going to be a lock over the Cardinals. My Cardinals are not winning the opening week. I just said Josh Allen, he should improve to 5-1 against the NFC West. The Cardinals is Camacho 51, and the Cardinals face off against the Rams the very next week. So Cardinals, I do like them to beat the Rams, but they're not beating the Bills. The Jets are going to upset the 49ers. Aaron Rodgers gets a win back at home. The former defensive coordinator, his name is Saleh, Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is going to get the win. So that game is all scripted for New York to win. So Jets are going to get the upset. Saleh's 19th win against the 49ers. The first repeat in 19 years just happened the previous year. So Super Bowl hangover narrative. The Jets are going to get the win. The Lions will blow out the Rams. No Sam Darnold. The fact is, the Lions are going to be a Super Bowl contender. Rookie quarterback, Tampa Bay should get the win. It's Jim Harbaugh time. There's no Josh Jacobs. I know Chargers have many new faces, but let's go to Jim Harbaugh quickly. Jim Harbaugh's going to be a real deal. So what would be 45 for Jim Harbaugh? His 45th win as a coach. And you have to look at the Chargers' schedule. I mean, let's say if the Chargers start 3-0. Never say never, but, you know, Jim Harbaugh could enter the Steelers game with 46 wins as a coach. The Steelers is Camacho 46, all contingent on week one, but you just have to go Chargers in that game. It's Jim Harbaugh is a winner. So Chargers going to beat the Raiders the first game. This Devontae Adams, he wants to get traded and blah blah. I think this would be good. But really the answer lies with Herbert. Raiders are just a sorry ass poverty franchise. They're a joke. Who's a quarterback for the Raiders? Some kid from Purdue? I mean, the first week they lost 63-18 or something to the Raiders. I think that week one is about showing just how bad of a coach he really is. Herbert, 5-3 against the Raiders. The Raiders is Camacho 53. Chargers get the win. I wonder what Kirk Cousins' record is against the AFC. Not sure what 24 connects to. But hey, a 24th win against the AFC and then going for a 25th win in his next AFC opponent, Russell Camacho 25. Against the quarterback that won the Super Bowl at New Jersey is Camacho 24. Vikings are going to beat the Giants. His team is a disaster. A mitigated just disaster. All four teams in NFC East could not win the first week. Daniel Jones' 37th loss against the Vikings. Vikings is Camacho 37. And then who gets a win in that game? So the Bengals are a lock. And let's go to Derek Carr quickly. His 73rd win against Carolina. Carolina's Camacho 73. I don't like the Saints to do anything but Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, and Kirk Cousins. That's kind of what that division is about. Saints are really good at home, so Carolina's going to lose. Let's go to Mike McCarthy quickly. He could get his 43rd win against the Browns. The Browns is Camacho 43 for Mike McCarthy. 28 losses in total. Browns by itself is 28. he could go for a 45th win against the Ravens and Lamar Jackson because Lamar is Gamache 45. I think I'll look at Deshaun Watson for this one. He could lose his 30th game against the Cowboys in the regular season. Cowboys is Gamache 30. Wonder who the Browns have next. It seems like Cowboys have most of the connections. Now let's go to Prescott. Plus, if the Cowboys win the opening game, it's we're winning the Super Bowl. We're winning the Super Bowl. So I think it's good for business if the Cowboys win the opening game. The Dak Prescott 2-5 in the playoffs, so 73-2 is 75. He could get the 76 against the Cleveland Browns. So I do like Cowboys to beat the Browns. You just have to go Seahawks for this one. I mean, Denver really doesn't have a quarterback. Actually, let's go to Sean Payton quickly. I would just rather go to Seahawks Broncos. Super Bowl 43 is what we have to think about. Broncos lead 35-22. I just think it's all gonna be decided by the quarterback. Maybe get a 31st win, go for number 32 after being the Broncos, something of that nature. Broncos is 32. I mean, it could be his 43rd loss overall, and of course the Seahawks won 43-8 against the Broncos. So I wonder what the record has been ever since the Super Bowl between these two teams. Oh, it's just on that page. Ever since the Super Bowl. One and 3 or 2 and 2. Sean Payton against an inexperienced coach. It has to be Broncos. I'm going Bears over the Titans. I think Caleb Williams going to surprise. I'm going to go Caleb Williams in the first week. Chicago Bears get right off the bat with the win. Championship is 68, 6-8, kind of like that. Or is he gonna have a really bad game and people are gonna point to him crying to his mom in the stands? Ten and 24, just looking at a schedule sequence with the Bears. They could beat the Titans and CJ Stroud gets a first win against the Bears. I'll go Bears week 1. And Titans and Colts, or Texans and the Colts. If the Texans are going to be a contender, I'm going Texans in that game. The Texans do get the Chiefs, so is that game going to be interesting? So, Texans got the Packers and the Jets, so why not go Texans first week of the year? And Trevor Lawrence and the Jags up against Tua. If the Dolphins were to win the division, or another team wins the division, he could fall to 4-3 against the AFC East like Gamache Miami Dolphins. One and 0 against the Dolphins. Wonder what's Gamache and Jags. Both guys had extensions too. If this is the home game, I gotta go Dolphins. Tua, his 33rd win is gonna fall right on Cleveland or before Cleveland. And a 20th loss, well, Deshaun, or I think Watson is Gamache 20. Watson's Gamache 34, so he could go for his 34th win against Deshaun Watson. I'll go Dolphins.